YouTube, what's up? Back with another episode of Shun and Ken. But where's Shun? Okay, so let me tell y'all what's going to happen today. Today, we're going to separately record our videos for the different show recaps. So I'm going to do Real Housewives of Atlanta. Shun is going to do Married to Medicine. You know, as we said before, Shun has not seen a single episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta this season, so I'm going to take over this video and we're going to recap it. So today we're going to be talking about the Real Housewives season 13 episode 18. This is the season finale and we're just going to recap the show. Let's get started. Now before we get started, I want you guys to like, subscribe, share. You know the drill. Drop down in the comments. Let's talk about this episode because this episode was pretty good. I thoroughly enjoyed it, especially when they got to the end with the gift exchange. I thought it was cute. So let's go ahead and get started. So we open up the show. We see what the ladies have been up to, what they've been doing. And then we see Kandi getting honored with a candy day in Atlanta. December the 18th, I think was today. And they're at Blaze and her family is there. So I guess that was a good look for Kandi. I guess she opens up businesses all over Atlanta, so she's creating job opportunities for people in the area. She mentioned something about creating education opportunities for the people in Atlanta, so I mean, kudos to Kandi. One thing about Kandi, we know she always opening up a business, so she always opening up job opportunities for people, so we need that right now during the pandemic in Atlanta. I'm looking at my notes because I had to jot down. We're gonna make this quick. I'm not gonna dread it out like we do all our other videos. So next we get to Cynthia and Mike, and they're talking about where they're gonna permanently live, because if you know, Cynthia and Mike just got married and Mike lives in LA, Cynthia lives in Atlanta, so they decide to permanently live in Atlanta. So I know Cynthia's happy about that. Cynthia also mentioned that she might Airbnb Lake Bailey. Now drop down in the comments and tell me if you would be interested in renting out Lake Bailey. I think that would be lit. I really think that'd be cute, you know, to go to Lake Bailey, obviously because it's Cynthia Bailey's house. But the house is actually beautiful. It's on a lake. I think she has 2 levels. So like when you first go in her house, you're like on the top level and then you can go downstairs. It's real cute. So I definitely would Airbnb Miss Cynthia Bailey's house. That is real cute. But tell me what you think. But I think she'll make a cute coin off of that. After that, again, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm looking at my notes. After that, we get to Portia. She's at the rally. She's talking about voting. This was after Biden was elected, so they had to vote for other officials in Atlanta. So she's rallying up for that. And the voting day is actually on her grandfather's birthday, so they were excited about that. So not too much there. Then we get to Drew. Drew is trying to get her son to meet his old daddy. Now I found that kind of weird that they call his biological dad his old daddy and then Ralph is his new daddy. I think that's pretty weird. I mean, just say this is your bio dad. You know, I know it's a hard conversation to have with kids and kids don't always understand, but her son, Josiah, he's old enough to kind of understand, you know, what the reality or what's going on with the situation. So anyway, JoJo, or Josiah, her son, he's not interested at all in meeting his old daddy. So they get to a restaurant. I can't remember the name of the restaurant. But they get to the restaurant and they're waiting for old daddy to show up. And old daddy is about 40 minutes late, maybe an hour late. He ain't on time. So they almost left, but he ended up showing up, you know, and he sits down with them and they talk to JoJo about, you know, his basketball and his school, ask him how he likes the virtual school. And then new daddy, which is Drew's husband, Ralph, asks JoJo to ask his daddy what he's doing in town. And then he said, JoJo said, I'm not interested in that. Honey, JoJo is not here for the old daddy thing. He don't know you. I mean, he's only seen you one good time in a year, so he don't really have nothing for you. So the daddy, you know, him and Drew discussed that they were gonna not co-parent, but communicate on them building a relationship with each other, the Josiah and his old daddy. So love to see how that turns out. You know, I know how oh, another thing I want to speak on, sorry y'all, another thing I want to speak on what is his son said something that was, let me see. His son said something that was kind of disrespectful. What I found was rude. I'm looking at my notes. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, I can't figure it out. But his son, you know, he just really didn't really care. He wasn't here for the old daddy. He really didn't, like I said, he wasn't interested in meeting them. So we get to Kenya and this therapist. So Kenya and the therapist is at her house and they're talking. And Kenya is telling her how for the baby's birthday, Mark came into town. And he didn't let her know that he was staying with her. But he ended up staying at Kenya's house. Of course, she wasn't going to tell him no. She wasn't going to deny him. And then he stayed at Kenya's house. And that night, Mark got in the bed with Kenya. And we know last episode, she alluded to that they did something, you know, some physical things. So, you know, Kenya's acting like how she, you know, my feelings have changed and I don't feel the same. Kenya, you a bold-faced lie. You know you want that man back. Because if you didn't want that man back, you wouldn't be talking about it and you would have divorced him already. And you haven't done that. So, you still want him back. And so the therapist mentioned, well, I'm hearing your side, but I don't hear his side. And she was like, well, we can call him. Kenya said, we can call him. So Kenya calls Mark. And Mark got Kenya blocked. So Mark, you done came to Atlanta and possibly slept with Kenya. Got what you wanted out of her. And now you got her on block. Kenya, please. But anyway, storylines all the time. So she said she found out she was blocked. So she gets up and says, let me go get Brooklyn's phone. So Brooklyn, I don't even think Brooklyn is 2 yet. I think Brooklyn is 1. Why does Brooklyn need a cell phone? Can anybody answer that for me? Why does Brooklyn need a cell phone? She's 1 year old. And she has a working iPhone. Kenya, the choices you make in life, girl, I don't know. So Mark mentions to Kenya why he was there. He wanted his family back and he wanted this to work. But then the next day, she's blocked. But he told Kenya the only way it will work is if she dropped all the stuff in court. He's playing you, Kenya. When you gonna stop letting these men play you? Or you just gonna be a fool all your life? Anyway, so we get to, Cynthia decides to have a Friendsman. So she's going to invite the girls over and they had to each bring a gift at the value of $1,000. Now, I don't know about y'all because I know I'm not on reality TV, but $1,000 is a lot. Not to them probably, but to me, I'm sorry. You might get $25 out of me, you might get a gift card to the Applebee's or something, but $1,000, that's just too much. It's just too much. Now, this was really, you know, everything out the show because this is where all the drama happened. So before the Friendsmas began, LaToya texts Cynthia and tells her she's not going to make it because she's not here for the drama. And Marlo also texts that she's not going to make it, but she's going to send her gift via her assistants. So we did see that her assistant and Marlo's nephew dropped the gift off, which her gift probably would have been the best one, but we'll get into it, y'all. So just going over the gifts. Let me see. Oh, and before everybody got there, really, Cynthia had some ladies and some llamas coming down her driveway, you know, for the Christmas thing. I guess it was cute for the Christmas thing. I love Christmas. So anytime you go all out for Christmas and the spirit of the holidays, I am here for it. So everybody gets there except for Portia and Drew. Drew rode with Portia, so they ended up being 3.5 hours late. And of course, everybody's pissed off because Portia is always late. And they go back and show how Portia was late all throughout the season, but she's always late. I'm gonna be shady for a minute towards Shun. Shun is always late to every event. So if you're looking for her, she's gonna be the last one to show up. But anyway, Shun is Portia. Portia is Shun. Okay. So the next thing we see is the different gifts. So they had the rules for the games. I don't remember the rules of the games, Whoever picked number one or whoever picked number two could steal number one gift. It was like a dirty Santa type deal, I guess, because you could steal people's gift. So Cynthia, the gift that I'll tell you the gifts that people brought if I wrote it down correctly, but whatever. So Cynthia's gift was a Tiffany set. So she had like the matching necklace and the bracelet, and I think Portia got that. Portia brought Baccarat cologne and a mini Gucci purse. I think Drew got that gift. Drew said she loved that fragrance, and then she got the mini Gucci purse. Candy's gift was an iPhone 12. I personally would have loved that gift because, I mean, who don't need a new phone? That's the newest iPhone on the market. So kudos to you, Candy. That was a great gift. Marlo's gift was the best of all. She sent over $1,000 in cash. You can't go wrong with cash. Let me tell you that. Instead of worried about what them women want and being picky and choosy, here's $1,000. Go get your own gift. I'm with you, Marlo. And Kenya, her gift was some diamond earrings that she said were valued at $5,000. Girl, Kenya, please. You don't even care about them that much to buy no earrings that's valued at $5,000, but you probably just want to upstage everybody. But I'll go get those things appraised. But anyway, now we get down to Drew's gift. Now, when Drew and Portia got there, she had these 3 boxes of gifts. Just, we didn't know what she had, but we should have known that she was here for the mess. So in one, Kenya ended up getting Drew's gift. So in the first box, it was a cat bed or a dog bed, like a pet. And it had a wig in there. And it actually had the wig in there from earlier season that Latoya said looked like a pet. So Kenya, basically Drew's gift was like a gag gift. So she had the wig in there. Then she had a cassette tape of the prophet saying that he liked Latoya and talking about how he know how it is to move on because when he met his baby mama, he was still married. Just a mess, you know, and Drew is steadily bringing up this mess about this prophet and Latoya. And I'm like, Candy, at this point, if the prophet liked Latoya, what does that have to do with you? What does that have to do with you and the christening of your baby and all this stuff? Drew, at this point, you have nothing else to talk about. You don't like Latoya. You made it clear. But it's just getting old and it's tired, just like them wigs. So Portia whispered to Drew. She said, "Are you still going to give the $1,000?" And Drew is sitting up here saying, "Oh, that wig is worth $1,000." And everybody's saying that is not $1,000 wig, baby. Everybody's going around shading Drew in this wig because the wig was not worth $1,000. That looked like a wig that I know that I had probably in my closet that's worth $60 at best. Drew, that's not $1,000 wig, baby. And you know, Drew earlier on in the season talking about some she go to the hottest LA stylist. Drew, please get your money back. So Latoya ended up coming. And as soon as Latoya came in here go the mess, the bickering back and forth with them too. I mean, it just gets old with them at this point. So Latoya and Kenya, they end up leaving. They take the gift that Drew won. Oh, and Cynthia's sister was there, Mallory. She brought some champagne, but she probably got it from the wine bailey, the sale bailey, whatever the hell it's called. Cynthia's wine cellar, whatever it's called. I'm sure she got it from there because what does Mal do for a living? Can she afford to give somebody $1,000 worth of gift? But anyway, they left. The girls left. Latoya and Kenya end up leaving. Before they left, the carolers came. So Cynthia had carolers there. So they were leaving. They rode together, and the girls came outside and they sung Christmas carols, and I guess it ended great. So that was just that was just the recap. One much. Just want to come over here and give y'all that. Again, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend. I will post our IGs down below in the description box. Join us in the conversation. Talk about this episode. I mean, what do you think? Do you think Brooklyn is too young for a phone? The only phone she needs is one of them play school phones. Kenya, you still want Mark because you still talking about it. You ain't got no storyline. Let me see. I love Cynthia and Mike together. I'm glad they worked it out. They seem like they're gonna be together for the long haul. Latoya, Ain't got nothing for you. Who else? Portia. I wasn't feeling that mullet in your head. I didn't like that girl. Oh yeah, Shamia was there, but she's never memorable. So but that's how, y'all. I don't have no more to give y'all. Hope y'all enjoy. Share the video, like, subscribe. Talk to you soon. The next video we will drop, it will just be Shun. She's gonna be talking about Married to Medicine, and then later on in the week we'll come back together, y'all. We just had to knock these out real quick. We are busy women, so we had to make it do what it do. Have a good day.